Hey everybody, it's Rachel from Rachel Q Stitches and welcome back to my sewing room. I want to thank all of you who are new subscribers, and I want to thank those of you who are returning to my channel. I really appreciate it. I told my husband the other day, I said, I feel like I have someone to talk to during the day and share what I'm doing without them going, yeah, oh, that's nice. Yeah, he's a great husband and he supports my hobbies, but that's pretty much what I sound like when he talks about his golf game. Wow, really? Oh, wow, that's awesome. You know, things like that. So, but thank you for coming. And last week, I just want to thank Jennifer Upton for giving me a shout out. She's doing a segment on her channel called FlossTube Friends. And she gave me a shout out, and I really want to thank her for that. If you are here from Jennifer's channel, if you would want to just comment below and let me know, and if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. I would appreciate it. It makes me happy. Today, this week, I did not get much stitching done. I watched my video from last week and I realized that my sewing room is a mess, and y'all can see it behind me and you can see my messy life. And so I started cleaning it and kind of organized the fabric up there, because I think I just had some bins stacked on each other with nothing in them. And I started going through some boxes, and I belong to and I don't have a box. I belong to the Fat Quarter Shops Sew Sampler Club, and I've been getting those boxes for started in 2016, and I want to say I started maybe 2017. And usually what I do is I take the fabric out, which is what most of that is the fabric from the kit. I put the patterns right there in that little bucket, and I take out all the other little gadgety things that they give us, and I just kind of put them in a box, and I dig through them if I need them. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I was about to buy this is awesome, or I get it in the kit and I was like, oh, I've been wanting this but didn't want to spend the money on it. So I'm gonna do a little segment of what did Rachel find cleaning her sewing room. And so I found some really neat things I'm going to share with you before I get started in my whips and my plans and my finishes and my almost FFOs. I'm going to do my little what did Rachel find in her sewing room. And I thought these would interest you because, you know, the Fat Quarter Shop, I don't know, within the past year or two has gotten into cross stitching. So they have quite a few things. They have a lot of Lori Holt, the housewives. So I'm going to show you some things that I got and didn't realize I had. So you remember my big buying all the rick-rack at the Creative Reuse store? Well, look what I found. Yeah, some Lori Holt Be in My Bonnet vintage trim. In, I don't know, it's green. Does it have a color? Riley green, and it's the large. It's really a pretty green. I really like it. I might use it in a project this week. And then I found needle storage tubes. Now I need these because I'm forever losing my needle, and I use a needle minder on a magnetic board in front of me that I keep my pattern on. So I have two little needle minders that hold it up, and that's what I stick my needle on. But I still lose needles. So I thought this was kind of neat. Again, when I went through my mom's things, I found a bunch of packages of embroidery needles. So this is kind of neat. I was excited to find that. I found this, and it's cute. There's no label, it's just some baker's twine. And I know I had picked some up, excuse me. I had picked some up at Dollar Tree, Target Dollar Spot, one of those things. So this was fun. I was excited to find that. And then I was watching Stitching Mommy, and she showed a bag that she got from the Fat Quarter Shop, and I'm not sure if it's a affiliate bag she gets or some kind of kit she belongs to. I'm not really sure, but she showed this bag that you can cross stitch on. I was like, oh, that is so neat. I found one. I don't think mine's as big as hers. I don't know. I don't remember how big hers was, but it's got little holes that you can cross stitch a design on, and I think on the website it has one stitched on there. So I thought that was really, you know, didn't have to buy it. And then I found some cute Be in My Bonnet Band-Aids. This is going on my sofa by my stitchy stuff, because especially the little red hearts, they're cross stitched. Can you see them? I don't know if you can see them good, but anyway, they are cross stitched Band-Aids. Anyway, that is what Rachel found in her sewing room while cleaning it. I also found some quilting projects that I had started that I kind of forgot about. Every now and then they would enter my brain and just go straight out. And so I actually picked that up and started sewing, and I might show you all that at the end of the segment when I'm done. That way, if you're not interested in quilting, you don't have to stay. Of course, you might not have been interested in what I found in my sewing room, but I showed you at the very beginning. So anyway, so yesterday was the 1st, and so Sunday afternoonish Australia time, Sunday the 1st, they released the Linens and Threads Mystery Sampler Part 2 Talavera, and this is it right here. Part 1 was all the outlining, and you'll remember I showed you all the outlining last week. Well, I showed you all the outlining last week, and when I went to stitch it, I realized I stitched it wrong. Oh gosh, so I had to rip out all this. I left out one stitch. So I ripped it all out, and I just restitched this section, and I started it. So because I had to rip all this out, this is all I got done yesterday. I know I chose some colors. I chose a green and a yellow, and I think an orange and a purpley color. But right now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do each block a different color. So this one's going to be blue, and then when I see the next one, I might decide. That's my plan right now. It depends. I might look at it and say, no, it's all going to be blue with little splotches of color here and there. But I think I'm going to stick with each block being a different color. Just for now, I'm really getting that Mexican cathedral vibe that you get, Spanish cathedral vibe. That I have a picture of my mom when she was about 4 years old. So it was in 49 or 50, and they're standing in front of this cathedral in Mexico, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I wish I had the pictures in color because I can just about imagine what the inside looked like. But but that's what it's reminding me of. It's reminding me of the Catholic churches down in Mexico and Spain and stuff like that. Very pretty, almost a Moroccan vibe, but still, that's what that's reminding me of. So that's, I think, what I'm going to do. So yes, I spent the bulk of the day yesterday ripping out those stitches and restitching. So today's Tuesday, which means it's Riolas Day, and I am stitching this. It is a Riolas kit called Feline Family, and it is kit number 1327. And last week when I showed it, I had, this little part done, and I was starting this little part right here. Riolas is doing a sow, and we have to post our progress on Wednesdays. And so that's why I stitch on Tuesdays. And so I stitched on Tuesday, and then I stitched on Wednesday, and then I stitched on Thursday, and I got quite a bit done. I was really enjoying this. And I don't know, so this is what I got done right here. This whole part, and I started the wood. Today I'm going to try to finish this wood and maybe start the kitty. But I don't know if it's the full coverage-esque of it that I'm enjoying. I don't know if it's the colors. I don't know if it's the thread, because it's the wool acrylic thread. I don't know if it's a combination of all those three. But I'm enjoying this, and I think I put in maybe 50 stitches of Pandemic, because I worked on this for 3 days instead of just one. And so, I don't know, we'll see, but I'm enjoying this, and I may work on this for 3 days. Pandemic may get stuck to 1 day a week, maybe my Friday stitch. Kind of, I don't want to say I'm getting tired of Pandemic, but I'm enjoying the variety. And so I think this is, first I thought, oh no, I can only stitch one thing at a time, I'll get confused. I'm not getting confused, my brain isn't that old. And so, but I'm enjoying Riolas. I'm enjoying this. I have another kit by them, and when I finish this one, I think I might actually start the other one, because I'm enjoying it a lot. So this brings me to my poor little pathetic progress on Pandemic. I think I did. I finished this little deer right here, and I started this little deer right here, and that's all I got. And again, I am matching my threads to each other as close as I can. So there will be some shading and there will be some variances, but that is my goal, is to do one of every color of DMC and use up that little sample box from the 90s. That's my plan. Weekend stitches. So this weekend I worked on another primitive hair piece, and it's Valentine right here, and I finished it. Again, this is using a 18 count Ada that I coffee dyed. It is something I had in my stash, and the floss is a mystery floss from a thrift store bag. I do believe it's Paraluster or American Thread Company. So that's what I did. So hopefully this weekend, I ordered a, it's supposed to come in tomorrow, walnut shells. Normally I'm a finisher of, you know, I don't want little pillows everywhere, but I don't know. This one screamed pillow. And this one I'm going to frame, but I'm not sure exact. I did this one last weekend, not this past weekend, the weekend before, because I want to keep it up all the time. I'll probably keep it either in our bedroom or our hallway or something, but I want to keep this out all the time. And I think this is another primitive hair piece. So I decided to add, I know, I'm really turning into one of these stitchers that stitch way too much. So Mama Loves You GB. I've been watching her. I started watching her late November, and then she did her whole I want to say nativity, but it's not nativity. You know, 25 days of FlossTube. I can't remember. I should know this. My kids did the Lego ones every year. I should know this. What's it called? Not nativity. If Siri were in here, I'd ask them. Anyway, I watched her all through December, and I loved her posts. And she always says a freebie. And she posted this freebie right here. Mary Jane Fry, 1861. And it's really, really pretty. And I've not done a reproduction sampler. I love them. I think they're beautiful. Most of them are done on linen. I'm not a huge fan of linen. I used to stitch on linen, which I'll show you in a little bit. But I thought I might try it on some even weave. I can handle even weave. I think linen, the inconsistencies in the thread kind of stress me out a little bit. Just, you know, I'm not Advent. She did her Advent, thread Advent. Okay, I'm done. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to stitch this, and if I like it next year when I can buy things again, I might purchase a Hands Across the Sea. Maybe they'll be doing some kind of New Year start thing, and I can purchase that kit and start it. Maybe even buy some specialty threads. I don't know. I don't know. But I want to do this, and so I'm going to, I think I have some even weave that'll be big enough that I can dye. If not, I'll see what I have. But I really want to work this. This right here, it's beautiful. I think it's so pretty. I like all the vines. I don't know why, because my vines never match up. But, you know, I'm sure this little girl just in 1861 said, I'll just add a couple extra stitches and make a match. And that's what I'll do. So anyway, so another story about me cleaning up my, I didn't tell y'all this, which is why I decided to do this. So I was searching through my, this dresser that we have in our dining room that has some sewing and stitching stuff in it, because I was looking for a magazine, a cross-stitch magazine that had the pattern Amid Amish Life. I knew I had one of them, and I needed the other two. And so I wanted to find that magazine to see which ones I needed. And I have one of the skinny panels, but not the middle, and not another skinny panel. But like I said, I should have brought the magazine, but I don't remember. I might bring it up next week. I don't remember which one it is. So I opened this drawer, and y'all, you remember my bags of floss from the thrift store that I organized and put by color, and I'm using for my weekend stitches and other little stitches like that to kind of conserve my DMC for my big projects. I found 2 more bags. And not just any bags, stuffed 1-gallon bags of floss. Yeah. So some of it was some JP coats that I had purchased when I was doing embroidery. Well, when I thought I'd learn how to do embroidery and I couldn't, which is why I said, you know what, I'm going to go back to cross stitch because I was good at cross stitch. So yeah, I have a ton of thrift store floss that I need to put in colors and add to the others and use up. So now I am going to talk about my oldest whip, Summer Breeze by Paula Vaughn. This is it right here. I had to print this off the internet because I cannot find my pattern. Somebody on Amazon is selling it for $25, and it's not, I didn't see it on eBay. And every now and then my husband asks, are you ever going to finish that quilt piece that you started a long time ago? So what's my goal? My goal is to look for this pattern either in my stuff or online, which would probably be easier if I just looked online. But this is it right here. And you remember back in the 90s, I don't know if you were stitching back in the 90s, we used masking tape to stop our pattern from fraying, our fabric from fraying. This is all I have done. And I think this is how it goes. Yeah, that's like this, I think. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, this is what I have done right here. Not a lot. Like this. No, like this. Okay. This is what I have done. I knew I'd figure it out. That's it. I started it. I think I might have made a mistake, which probably is why I wadded it up and stuck it in a box. And the pattern went missing. I still have, the floss was with it. This is back in the day. I bobbinated then. I still bobbinate my DMC, but I would bobbinate it and then I'd put it in a little baggie, and then any extra little pieces I would just stick in the bag. So I didn't have to worry about, you know, rewinding it. And I still do that on pieces that I'm working. And when I'm done with that piece, I will rewind it back and stick it back in the case. If it's enough that I feel like I want to save. If it's a smaller piece, I'll just toss it. So, so I was talking about Mama Loves You GB, and she is doing a reproduction sampler with a zebra on it. Now she's from Great Britain, somewhere around there. I know her mom lives in, I think, Wales, or she lives in Wales. She says it different, and I think it is so precious, and I love the way she says it. But it has a zebra on it. So I am on the hunt for a reproduction or reproduction-esque sampler that has an elephant on it. I don't know if you can see up here. I have Dumbo. Dumbo is my favorite Disney character. I will cry every time I watch the movie, the cartoon. I cry when I watch the movie. My husband took me to see it. It is my favorite story. It's always been my favorite story. Started when I was a little girl. My mom made me an elephant shirt and had a little elephant applique on it. And I love elephants. I've always loved them since I was, you know, like I said, two, I think I was when she made me that shirt. So I'm looking for a reproduction or reproduction style sampler with a elephant. That's kind of the centerpiece. So if anybody knows of one, put me a link in the comments. That is going to be my goal for something that I would like to start. Probably for my birthday. And Inez said, no, you know, stitch from stash, but I'm going to ask for this chart if I can find one that I like for my birthday. So that'll be my birthday start. That's what I like, if I can find one that I like. I found a couple. One of them I really liked, and I don't remember who made it. But the elephant was kind of goofy looking. And then another one I saw I liked. I loved the elephant, but the sampler was small. So, yeah. Not picky, am I? But that's what I like to do. I like to do a sampler with an elephant, and I want it to be reproduction looking. I found several that were new, very African looking. I don't want that. I want something that, you know, a schoolgirl in the 1800s might have envisioned an elephant looking like. So anyway, so I started finishing doing a FFO, and I got sidetracked cleaning my room. So I took my little Chickens with Sled by Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting, and I just backed it on a board, just a, you know, mat board. And after I cut it, I realized, after I cut my board, I was like, and I stuck it on, and I was like, darn it, I was supposed to sew something on the bottom. I forgot I was going to do that. So I'm going to take the other piece of a piece of mat board and put it on the bottom, and I am going to use, y'all, chicken wire fabric. Now it's got words on the bottom, and so I'm probably going to find one that I like, you know, something on the bottom, and so it'll go like this. Like this. What's that say? King of the... So it'll look like this with the little chicken wire on the bottom. And then I'll put something like this to hide the seam where they meet. And then I went through my button jar, which is a huge jar that I have up here, but you can't see it. And I found some great buttons. I found these blue buttons. They're tiny, tiny little blue buttons. And some pink ones. Aren't they precious? I think I'm going to use these on something that, one of the Valentine pieces. I found some red ones that I adored. This one right here I thought was cute. So I'm going to see. But I have these little buttons that I want to use on them somewhere, kind of give it that little primmy look. And then I had this fabric in my stash. Isn't it cute? So I figured the blue rickrack kind of matches the blue in the little seed packets right there. And so this will be on the back. And then I might also put the rickrack along between the front and the back. And I'm going to make a little Christmas ornament to hang from my tree. So it'll be the loop and everything. So that's what I'm going to do with my chicken thing. I guess sometimes it's good to have a crazy amount of fabric. I kept telling my husband, I know I have chicken wire. I know I have chicken wire. I thought it was more white with black chicken wire, but I really like that one. And then I'm gonna do a little thing that I found in cleaning my sewing room with some Save the Stitches. And I purchased these at the Goodwills in Franklin, Tennessee, where we used to live before we moved back home. And they're tent stitches. They're not full crosses, so I think it's probably more needle point. Now this one, there is no extra fabric that I can do anything with. But I paid $3 for each one. Isn't it pretty? So I don't quite know what I'm going to do because I can't really sew it into a pillow. I mean, because it's not going to be perfectly round. So if anybody has any ideas, I really think it's pretty. It's not even big enough to frame unless, you know, like I said, I'd have to go into the yellow to frame it. And I don't know if I want to do that. It looks like it's either on monk's cloth or an 11, but it's very, very soft. I don't know what kind of fabric you would call that, you know. Look at it. It's huge. And then I found another one. They were together. They were wrapped up together with some vintage linens that I had. Isn't it beautiful? Now this one I can figure out something with. I might just see if I can find me a frame. And I have enough, not a lot, about a 1/4 inch where I can sew some waste fabric that I can, you know, do this with on a mat board. But it's beautiful. I think it's so pretty. I don't know who made it, and I don't know if they didn't like it or if they passed away and just their family were like, it's ugly, you know, Grandma made that, I don't want that. We always, my friend and I that would go shopping in the Goodwills there, we could always tell when someone's grandma died or grandpa died because it looked like they cleaned out either a shed or a sewing room, and it was where I got my best deals. It's sad to say, but you know, but I'll take them. I'll save the stitches. So anyway, so if y'all have any ideas for those two pieces, what I can do with them, because I don't want them to just languish in the black death of my sewing room and then have my kids go, why did Mom have this? She bought it at Goodwill and didn't do anything with it, you know, which they'll probably do for most of my stuff, but I'm enjoying doing it. Maybe not. Maybe they'll love my things and keep them. So anyway, so that is today's video. please leave a comment below about, you know, the sampler that I'm thinking of doing, or if you know where I might be able to buy Summer Breeze, so that I can finish this piece for my husband, and so that I can have one less whip in my basket. I need to put it in a little whip bag so that I can keep track of it. Any ideas about the elephant sampler? What I can do with all that floss, especially the J&P coats. I'm trying to get my daughter into cross stitching, but you know, she's 19. She's not really into it. She's wanting to learn how to sew, and she's like me, where basically she wants to learn how to do something. So she has me give her basic instructions, and then she goes home and she learns by trial, which is what I would do with my mom. You know, she would give me basic instructions, and I would go and, you know, do it my way. I guess, you know, I guess she does take after me. So anyway, well, thank you so much. And again, if you're here from Jennifer Upton's channel, thank you for joining me. And let me know below that she sent you here, and that's how you found me. And if you found me any other way, let me know how you found me. I'm always interested how YouTube puts things out. You know, I find so many new FlossTubers this way, so many new YouTubers this way, that it's interesting. I find great people. I think that's how I found Jennifer, was one of those, just boom, there it was. Hey, you know, go check out this channel. So again, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and y'all have a blessed day. Bye-bye.